Hi, this is Steve Barton from Solid Rock Machine Shop Incorporated. I'm here with Jonathan Greenman. We work together in my full-time job. He has a project that we're going to work on today. He's got a block that we're wanting to square. It's rough ground in right now, and we're just putting the finishing touches on it. We already have the widest surfaces. They're flat, square, and parallel there with these sides. And we just have to do this side. We have to get it so that it's square this way and square that way. And for many of you that have been following our videos, you saw that we finished our squareness checker. So Jonathan is going to be the first one to actually get to use this on a real project. And so he's going to be doing some of the grinding, and you guys can join along and watch. The method that we're going to use here, Don Bailey from Suburban Tool, he done an excellent video. He showed the technique that a lot of the old dogs that they know. And basically, we got, in this part, we already checked, it's about 6/10,000ths out of square with this surface. And the technique that Don talks about is where you can grind a step in here. If we're out about 6/10, we'll grind about a 3/10 step in there. Leave about maybe 50 to 100 thousandths that's high on the edge. Grind it about 3/10 low over there. Well, actually, we got to do the math and figure this out. But by doing that, then you can flip it over, and now your part will be sitting at an angle. You can grind this side flat, flip it back over, grind this flat, check it, and if it's square, you can go on. If not, you just repeat the step, and you get the accuracy for how much time you're willing to put into it. So, Jonathan, if you want to go over there and check and see the squareness of that, then I'll do the math.
It's 6 tons. So we'll need to cut step like this.
Okay, so we got 6/10,000ths. It's leaning this way, right?
Right.
And in the distance between our contact point here and our needle point is about 5 3/4 inches. This is about 2.5, so we'll have to calculate that. So we have 6/10 divided by 5.75. That equals, let's see, about 1/10 per inch. We'll times that by 2.5. Oops. Put the wrong number. So that means our total distance that we have to grind a step in here, because it's going to be in 2.5 inches, we got about 2.6. And so what we're going to do, we have to grind the step, and let's see which side. We have to leave it high here, so we'll grind this all the way down. Well, first we'll clean up all the way across and establish this surface, and then what we'll do is we'll grind up to about maybe 50 to 100 thousandths that we'll leave here, and we'll grind that down, let's see, about 1,000 3/10. We got to go half of what our total was. And that should put us square. The other surfaces that Jonathan has already ground in a 4 3/4 inches, we got within 1/10, and that's what Jonathan is shooting for, to get it within 1/10, and then you'll be satisfied. So we can go ahead and start. We probably won't have to dress the wheel to do this step, but we may have to dress it out before we finish.
So now we have this ground, so we have 1/10 3 millionths step. So this is flat, and then this end just barely has a step in it. See that right there. So now when we flip this over, it's going to sit on this edge and in this area, and this other side will get ground square to all the other sides, and then we'll flip it back over and grind this flat, and the whole block will be square within a 10. So when we had our step ground in here like this, with this being a little over a 10th higher than the rest of it, we ended up getting the block square and it was still about 2/10 out. So what we ended up doing is adding a little bit with our Sharpie marker to our step, and that little bit equated out to about 40 millionths, and now we are square. We put that back on and ground this surface a second time, and now the block is square within 1/10, and we just have to come in and make this surface flat again. So I'm very happy with my block being square and parallel within 1/10 over the distance of 6 inches. And probably next time I come out, I'll have to work on my V-block. That's made out of 3V. This is A2. This is 3V. They're about 60-62 Rockwell, heat treated by Hansen. And that has about 3 times the wear resistance of D2 and the strength of 01.